But now I don't see those cobbles and curbs. I don't hear the blues anymore.
Rough Trade is giving away a third of the first 3 months of the Rough Trade Club plus new music membership exclusively to 101 Part-Time Jobs listeners. Become a member of Rough Trade Club New Music and you'll receive the Rough Trade Album of the Month straight to your door every month on exclusive vinyl pressing with exclusive bonus material. Club members have received exclusive pressings of albums from Sufjan Stevens, Sprints, The Last Dinner Party, Julie Byrne, and Over Mono, just to name a few, this past year alone. Sign up using the promo code CLUB101POD and you'll get the Rough Trade Album of the Month, English Teacher's excellent debut album, This Could Be Texas, on exclusive Galaxy Gold for a third of the usual price. Here's English Teacher on a recent episode of 101.
How many opportunities do you get to write a debut album and have all of this, sport behind us? I don't know. I really like the idea of holding the bar as being like classic songs.
You only get one shot at a debut.
Don't want the album of the month but still want all the benefits? Sign up to the standard tier using Club 101 Pod and you'll still get the first month free. You'll also get free shipping on all orders, 10% off the bar and on secondhand vinyl in store, and exclusive access to sold out Rough Trade events. So don't hang around. Go to roughtrade.com/club and sign up with the code CLUB101POD. That's CLUB101POD and claim money off the album of the month, English Teachers This Could Be Texas, today. This offer's available to UK residents only. Do you play in bands? I did for the longest time. And I wish that I knew that DistroKid was a thing. I don't even think it existed back then. DistroKid makes music distribution fun and easy with unlimited uploads, and artists keep 100% of your royalties and earnings. 1 million plus artists rely on DistroKid to get their music on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, TikTok, Tidal, Instagram, and all the major streaming services. When you get DistroKid, you can see a DistroKid bank and withdraw your earnings. You get notified when you've earned royalties and you can withdraw via the app. And you can even check your streaming stats on Spotify and Apple. Get 30% off your first year on DistroKid by going to distrokid.com/VIP/101pod. 30% off for your first year. That's not bad. We know it's a tough world out there. Why don't you make it easier for yourself? And to get 30% off that free year as an artist, where you get 100% of your royalties and earnings, go to distrokid.com/VIP/101pod. All right, stay with me. I'll be right back after this.
The Vietnam War, it's over. Your job has just begun.
A new HBO original limited series.
Welcome to the world of spycraft. Strap in.
From executive producers Park Chan-wook and Robert Downey Jr.
What are you concealing?
Based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel by Viet Thanh Nguyen.
What if I told you that I was a communist spy?
How did you become this?
The Sympathizer, streaming April 14th on Max. Subscription required.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
I'm 100, now I'm part-time jobs. I'm 100, now I'm part-time jobs. I've been working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 101, 101. All right, you're listening to 101 Part-Time Jobs with me, Giles Bidder. It's where I speak to bands and musicians about how they've been able to get by in a time when it's probably been the hardest it's ever been for musicians. Speaking today with Grant and Taka from Feeder. This is from last night when I spoke to them on stage at Signature Brew in Black Horse Road here in London. Probably one of my earliest memories of being really into music was getting Echo Park and seeing their videos for Just a Day and Buck Rogers, and it hit a special place. It was more than just rock music, if you know what I mean. There's something there, you know, being from Wales, that's certainly got something to do with it. They've got their own stories, they've lived in their own time, so I wanted to chat with them. I think it kind of made sense, even though a lot of the bands I'm speaking to have probably only formed in the last 10 years. There are a lot of people out there to which Feeder means a lot to, so this is for you, this is for me, this is for all of us. I hope you enjoy this chat with Grant and Taka from Feeder. Last week they released their new record Black Red. It's got a great feeling about it. It's got groove. It's got some special moments. Black Red is the new Feeder record that's out now. Shout out to our sponsors, 2000 Trees, brilliant independent festival in Cheltenham this July, Manchester Orchestra, the Gaslight Anthem, The Chats, Bob Villan, Frank Turner and Sleeping Souls, Cleopatra, Hot Milk. So many brilliant bands are playing at 2000 Trees. If you'd like to go, you can get your tickets now at 2000trees.co.uk, and you can even get 50 quid off your weekend ticket by using the voucher code 101pod at checkout. You can buy it through Dice. There's a little bit that asks you for a promo code. That's where you put in 101pod to get 50 quid off your weekend ticket to 2000 Trees this year. All right, here's Grant and Taka from Feeder. If you like this episode, make sure you subscribe to 101 Part-Time Jobs. We put out 2 episodes weekly, so you'll be getting your fill. Click subscribe on Spotify or Apple or anywhere else you get your podcasts. We're also doing a few videos now, which you can see on our Instagram, 101 Part-Time Jobs Pod. So go follow us there. Thanks for all the support. We really appreciate it. 101 Part-Time Jobs. 30 years, 12 albums, 7 million records sold. It's Feeder.
Thank you very much.
Early morning for you, wasn't it, today?
It has been a very long day. We were doing Chris Evans. Did anyone hear Chris Evans this morning?
In the shower?
Yeah? Big Pete heard it, yeah. It was, I got about 3 hours sleep, so I was feeling a little bit worse for wear. And as I walked and I put my guitar on, he was live on air and my guitar fell off the strap and it went smack onto the floor, bang! So it wasn't the coolest appearance, yeah, anyway.
Radio sessions after all these years.
I know.
They're fun? Are they still fun?
Well, live ones really nervous, and I get really nervous because you can fuck it up.
Yeah. And there's no sound check, so basically, you've got, say, okay, we'll put a track on now, and you have to do it now, and you're like, oh God, okay, 1, 2, and then it's like, I can't hear that.
But part of rock music, part of guitar music is fucking up. Like, that's part of the joy of
That's all part of the charm.
It's the Kurt Cobain thing, it's the...
Exactly.
It's amazing. Do you find that after all these years, being so well rehearsed, well practiced, I saw you at the Roundhouse the other day, and it's just so tight, it feels fresh, it feels brand new. Do you sometimes ever think, oh, maybe we should be a little... maybe I need to fuck this up a little bit,
Oh, we do fuck things up a lot, but you just sort of cover it up well. But yeah, no, I often do. But I mean, it's weird because if I start thinking about lyrics on stage, then I start thinking, oh God, what's the next verse? So I try not to do that to myself. But I'm not using auto-cue like a lot of bands are who have been around for as long as we have. I'm pretty good, but I do listen to stuff. I go for walks and go for runs. I put Feeder stuff on just so I don't forget the words.
Do you ever have that moment where you meet someone's eye in the audience, or you notice something and you're like, oh, you lose yourself in the moment?
Yeah, or if I've got a lyric wrong, and it might be Big Pete because he probably knows the songs better than I do over there.
Yeah, point out.
It'd be like, he's got that one wrong. It happened to me once actually at Reading Festival where I was singing High, and I was maybe the 3rd or 4th line. I just completely had a blank because I was so overwhelmed by the moment. I guess I'm stuck. And I was like, and he were looking at me. I was going,
yeah, that's
come, just give me a minute. And then suddenly it just came. I was like, oh God, thank God for that. A big festival like that.
Sounds fun.
It happens. It happens.
Black Red sounds like a brand new band. It sounds so fresh. It's a real spring in your step. Getting it out and having this last week and sharing it. Now, you know, it's not yours anymore. You're sharing it with fans.
I know.
People are making their own experiences to it now. What's that like? You know, playing shows and playing these new songs and thinking, that's it. That's a snapshot of time that can't be changed, and it's now for us to enjoy.
That's what makes it so terrifying, because you know you work really hard on these records, but you never quite know, you know, how what people are going to make of it. I mean, you know, we've been doing it long enough to know. I mean, we kind of know what we're doing, but it's hard to write songs that really connect with people all the time. So we just do our best, and you know, we worked really hard on this record, and you know, obviously there's 18 songs on there, so we kind of set ourselves up, you know, for a fall there, but. I really felt with this record, there's still lots of stuff that's left over as well. So I just felt certain songs were maybe for a different record. So I've been pretty military on, you know, picking, you know, like the right sequence and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, it's been a lot of work.
Do you know, when we did Signing, that's the first time, it's not joking, first time I listened from beginning to end. because I had to prepare for show, so I had to remember. I wanted to concentrate for songs we played. So obviously I knew each song, every songs, but I never ever listened to from beginning to end. So I thought, wow, I didn't know this sequence. I know the songs.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time doing that, so I've already had a bit of a head start. I mean, I must have heard this record so many times. I mean, even to a point of I really can't hear it anymore. Then I had a break, and now I'm sort of enjoying it again. But I mean, it's been an amazing reaction from people. I mean, you say young and fresh. I mean, it's hard because, you know, when you're an established band, people want you to do what you do. But then you get some people go, oh, it just sounds like the same old feeder. So it's quite hard to sort of gauge sometimes because, you know, we do what we do and what we love. You can't make records for other people. You have to make them for yourselves. I know it sounds weird, but as soon as you start compromising what you are as a band and you know what you love about being in this band or whatever it is, then you're kind of faking it and not doing it for the right reason. So you have to make music for yourself and then just hope that your fans sort of like it. That's how you make the best music. Every time I've compromised, I've never been happy with it. So no more compromise.
Never compromise.
I mean, speaking about jobs, is that one of your main jobs? Trying to dig deep inside of yourself and trying to find the most truth in yourself, trying to find the most true Grant and Taka and being like, okay, what am I really into? What's the closest I can get to that?
Yeah, it is. And, you know, and I really went through these songs, you know. I mean, obviously, you know, with technology nowadays, you know, you can, I mean, it's a really good thing, but it can be a bad thing sometimes because you have to know when to stop. You know, you can change your arrangements, you sort of chop it all up. It's so easy now. In the old days, you had to be a bit more like committed. You know, we'd work on a song, go in the studio and just like bash it down, and that was basically it, apart from I put about 20 guitars on top of it, but otherwise that was it. And you know, now you have a lot more time, but you have to be careful because sometimes you can overcook it, you can overthink it. So it's sort of knowing when to stop and knowing, does it need that part, does it need all that stuff.
And lyrically, I mean, lyrics are always going to tell the story. I know you're a big fan of Neil Young and Tom Petty, writers who have really they create a picture, and sometimes that first thought is going to be the most pure.
That is so true. I mean, when I write lyrics, I've got like a little film in my head. I know I'm sure, you know, there's lots of other people that do it the same way, but I have a lot of images in my head, and that's how I write. I find that's the best way for me. So I'm kind of making a film, but it's music. And, you know, as simple as lyrics are, I try and write something that has meaning to me or I feel people will connect with. And, you know, Tom Petty, you know, he just has a way of kind of writing like very simple lyrics about life, but they're actually beautiful lyrics. And even though we're not America, I still connect with his lyrics. You know, there's a lot of stuff about small town life and all sorts. You know, love songs. Lyrics are difficult. I think I've got more comfortable with it as I've got older. I think I've got better with it. Some people may disagree, but you know, when we were a young band and starting off, you know, I'd have all the songs, and then, you know, I'd literally be sort of, you know, writing the lyrics, you know, on my knee in the studio before I'm singing them sometimes. But now I get the vocals on the feeder stuff like really early on, and then I build around that. So I'm a bit more disciplined, because once you've got a good vocal and a good top line and a good lyric, everything else fits around that. That is so important. And it took me 20 years to realise that, but you know.
And Taka, you're big into building guitars, and you build guitar.
I built a Grant's guitar as well.
Yeah, he did.
The ones used on the record?
Sorry?
You built the guitars, the ones used on the record?
Customised. He did the, all the relicking on a few. He beats them up. He was like dragging it along the dressing room floor.
Sometimes I let my dog to bite.
And hitting it with a hammer.
And it sounds silly to say, but that kind of aesthetic
just
adds
real
to
thing.
it, doesn't it? It adds to the feeling.
Well, actually, mine was the first one he did, wasn't it?
Sorry?
Mine was the first record he did.
Yeah.
So mine was the first, my jazz mask-like body, he was the one that beat it up.
And the neck, you broke the head,
Pete might know this, but we headlined Download Festival in, when was it? Did anyone come to Download Festival when we headlined? It was a tough gig. Were you there? 2001. Hey, you should be up here. He should be up here. He knows more about me than I know about myself.
He did the wiki page. He made the Wikipedia page.
Really good. But I got carried away, and it was a really tough gig because they were trying to make Download a little bit less of a metal festival and a bit more alternative, a bit more like a Reading festival. So we headlined. We were doing quite well. It was Comfort and Sound era, so we were supporting U2 and stuff. So we headlined, but it was quite a tough gig. And I remember we made the set like really heavy. There was all these metalers just kind of stood there going. We were like, "What's going on?" And then we did all these pop stuff like Buck Rogers. And they were like, "Yes, it's great." It was it's really hard to kind of guess what people want to hear at those festivals. But anyway, it was a really tough gig. I was playing a song called "Descend" from our first album, Polythene, and I was getting just a bit angry, a bit frustrated. So I got my jazz master, which I just had all the new pickups put in. It's about $2,000 worth of guitar, and I smashed it up. I did the full Jimi Hendrix, right? But the weird thing is that's been filmed, but there's no footage of me breaking the guitar, and I can't find it anywhere. Because this is, before sort of phones and stuff, the people weren't doing videos then. So someone's got it somewhere. But we still got the neck, and Taka managed to repair it, and that's on one of my guitars now.
What, you think someone else came on stage and picked it up?
No, I had what was left of the neck. It had a big crack in it, but I think the body ended up in the audience somewhere. It completely smashed to bits. I mean,
so that neck is a Grant's guitar tech, screwed, not head. It was already cracked. So put it together. I thought it's still good neck. So I thought, maybe I should do something for you. And you got
it's very nice to do that for you, wasn't it?
A broken body or something. Yeah. So I put it together and customized.
Yeah. It's actually really good. It works really well. You still see the crack, but he plays beautifully, and it's just got a history. I brought it back from the dead.
Yeah. But made with love.
I wasn't proud of myself after that. You're kind of looking back thinking that was such a good. Why did I break that guitar? But you see Jimi Hendrix doing it. It's really hard to break a guitar, especially a Fender Jazzmaster. They are really strong. I was like, bang! I was like, okay, I really need to break it now. I'm looking like a complete idiot if I don't. I was like, bouncing back, hit me in the eye. But I did that. I mean, that's the only guitar that I've ever broken. I probably won't ever do it again. But
apart from this morning at the Chris Evans.
Apart from this morning, I almost broke this one, but it's fine.
You've done so much in your 30-year career, and you've probably done so much of what you wanted to set out to do and more. But if there's something you still want to do, do you have a list of things that you still want to tick off?
Well, number one albums.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I don't. I mean, we're old school, so it's just, we'd nice to have a number one because, we've always been on small labels and we've always kind of never really had that massive big label launch. But, I mean, who wouldn't want a number one album? I know it doesn't mean a lot to some people, but for a band like Feeder, it'd be quite cool, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
So, I don't think we're going to do it on this one. There's too much competition, but that'd be nice. But for me, I just want to keep making music and make the best record we can. And, for as long as we still feel inspired, I'm still writing loads of songs and we're still enjoying it. Yeah. We'll try and make that next make the next one even better. We're still, we still enjoy that.
Going around the country and seeing familiar faces, you probably see a few familiar faces here tonight. There's a lot of talk about how independent venues in the UK are finding it hard. When you go around the UK, do you find yourself coming back with those memories of?
Definitely.
Moles from Bath or wherever it may be.
Well, it's gone now, isn't it? It's closed down, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's really sad. I mean, obviously COVID wasn't a big help either. But it's some great memories, wasn't it, really? Especially when we go to Cornwall and all that sort of stuff.
Small venues.
Yeah, just talking about those small venues.
I live in Leeds these days. Like a Cockpit is gone.
Yeah, I know.
All the other small venues gone. But on the other hand, some people started a little venue here and there, so this started more, popular, getting popular and popular. And we did one this time in Leeds.
I'll save our venue one.
Brudnell Social Club.
That's great.
That
Oh,
was
it's
a
a really
great
cool
venue.
venue.
Yeah, so one side was like a old working men's social club or whatever. There's a venue. But these things, we had to support these small venues because that's where we started our career.
And it's also where you learn that's how you get turn into a good live band, and young bands need that. It's not all about TikTok and having videos in your bedroom. You have to get out there and play, and that's what we did. And we built, each gig we got a few more people along, because when we started out, it was all Britpop, and we were just kind of a bit heavier than that, this sort of 3-piece band. Then the whole American thing was happening with the grunge scene, as it was called. So we didn't really fit in with the trends here that much. So there was a few other bands that we were kind of sort of friendly with that were doing similar things like Skunk Nancy and like Placebo, stuff like that, but there wasn't many. But it was from playing those small venues and building our fan base, then the record companies started to get interested in us, but it took a long time, but it was just from playing all those little tiny venues, so they're so important.
Do you remember where you were? What was your mindset at that time? I mean, doing something and going hard, being in a band is kind of a full-time job, isn't it? When you're definitely not getting paid at the start. Do you remember? I mean, what kind of mindset were you in when you were getting in the car or the van and going to play to a show to not many people for probably no money? What was the thinking? Was it like, this is the only option we have, or this is going to work and we're going to make it work?
Yeah, we were pretty confident that we just had to keep doing it, but we knew it wouldn't happen overnight. I mean nothing's happened for us overnight. We've always had to work for stuff, and that's fine. I mean, lots of bands do, but
it was an exciting time.
It was a great fun though. We had a great laugh. I mean,
you see it grow.
Oh yeah, but it took a while, but it did grow. So we were playing like Splash Club or Feast and Ferky, and then it would suddenly be, it's half full, then it's, oh my God, it's sold out. But it was like a gradual climb, and then we sold out Electric Ballroom, and that was a big thing for us. And that's when your first son was born, wasn't it?
Yeah. 26 years ago.
Well, the only one that we know about,
So after that, went to the Astoria.
Yeah.
That was one of our favorite.
Oh, the Astoria was such an amazing venue. Anyone remember the old Astoria? Wasn't that an amazing gig?
Yeah.
I remember we played it with Everclear opening for us, and we were like, Everclear, we're like pretty big in America. Yeah. Am I going off track a bit now?
No, go.
Anyway, and my friend was working with Art from Everclear, who's the singer, main writer for the band, and he said, Art really likes your band, and they really want to do more in the UK, and we were kind of maybe a little bit bigger than them in the UK, or close. Mm-hmm. So Art said, well, if you want to support us in America, we'll come and open for you. And we're like, really? Because they were a big band, and so that's what happened. Yeah.
First bus tour? Was that your first bus tour?
Oh no, we were still in a van then, weren't we? We weren't on a bus, were we? Everclear tour. I think it was still vans.
I don't know.
I don't know if you think we were on a bus. That was pretty early on, wasn't it? Was that some polythene period, wasn't it? All right.
98.
I'm telling you, he should be up here, not me.
What's changed? Playing I saw you at the Roundhouse, amazing show. That whole tour was practically sold out. Barrowlands looked amazing from the photos.
Yeah, it was.
What do you do to keep those shows exciting for you?
I mean, just to even do them is exciting, because you have to really be on it. We're never going through the motions. So every gig is different, and I never quite know how it's going to be each night. You can have an amazing sound check, and you go out there and something's not quite right, and you feel like you're not connecting, or maybe not singing as well as you want to, or maybe the sound can sort of throw you off. It's so unpredictable, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's what keeps it really exciting. Yeah. I think I've never had a gig where I haven't felt a bit nervous before I've gone on, even doing a little acoustic. Yeah, I think you need that. It's a buzz. It's a sort of adrenaline. Yeah. I think if that goes, I think you're going through the motions. Well, I'd certainly be going through the motions, which...
Yeah, it's kind of a challenge. Even, in front of our audience, it's still challenge to, just get
especially
it there.
In the Roundhouse as well. Because in London gigs can be really tough sometimes. I mean, they're great audiences, but you have to work hard because they have a lot of great bands. So they don't always work out, exactly as you want them to, but that was a good one. What's the next couple of weeks looking like you?
Some rest.
A little bit of time off. Probably. Obviously we've got the chart thing coming up. I know it's old school thing, but The album's so we out.
And you're selling the record around the corner here.
Yeah, you can buy the laminates. We've signed the laminates as well. So if you want a nice little souvenir, and you can, all you got to do is you scan it on your phone, put your address in, and then you'll get sent the album. But do it before midnight on Thursday, because it'll go towards the chart. If you want to buy it, it'd be great.
Yeah. When you've been doing these acoustic sets, have they? Is it? I mean, I don't want to spoil the surprise of the set list.
Oh, they sound ropey as hell, so don't worry about it.
Do you go back to tunes that you wrote years ago?
Well, no, because we're still pushing the album.
It's the album, yeah.
So we're doing a few.
Black Red, by the way.
Black Red. Yeah. It's out this week. You can still buy it. No, we haven't really actually had much time. I literally had 2 days at home. I've still got my case in the living room. I hadn't even unpacked it from the toilet, my main case. So we had it was literally, I say 2 days, but it was probably more like about 4 hours rehearsal.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Just to put this together, like Jeff and the Cajon. We thought, let's just do it like really basic, old school MTV style, not have any computer stuff, anything like that. Just keep it like proper, I mean, that's how the songs are written on this thing. And
is that right? You're writing.
That's the main guitar that I write most of the stuff on. I mean, in the early days of we'd someone's turn to rehearsal room, we go and do something. But I think the secret of a good song is to start off on a simple thing like that. Even acoustic guitar, like piano, and if it holds up, it's normally a good sign.
Do you have a? Sorry, Taka.
Well, we have been doing this because of promoting our album, but it's been really good, wasn't it? It's really fun to play acoustic.
Going from that big wall of sound, which that's the feeder sound and big guitars and stuff, and then sort of stripping it right back. I mean, it's almost like playing, with no clothes on. It's quite weird, but it's kind of nice. And we wanted to do something different. We thought, well, people have just seen the tour. Let's do something a bit more. I did this sort of thing on my solo stuff, a bit more stripped back.
I think we should do a tour.
Yeah, Taka wants to do a country and western acoustic tour now.
Yes! What would you play, Taka? Would it be acoustic bass?
Sorry? No, I just wear a cowboy hat standing there.
Yeah. He's got some good hats.
Can we appreciate the Cajon? Because I feel like it's got a bit of a bad reputation on the street.
Yeah, it has. But Jeff
is king of.
Yeah, I call him the king of the Cajon.
From Sheffield.
He is so good on this thing. He turns up and he just like rocks it. Because I've heard other people play him, I go, I can't bear the Cajon. But he makes it sound really cool. It's almost like a little drum machine,
Excellent. Can't wait to see you play. This is going to be so much fun in a brewery. Feeder Unplugged. Who's looking forward to it? I got one last question. It's a bit of a crowd participation if you're happy to do it. And I think there is a right answer to this question, but I've been debating it today. Another friend was debating it.
I know what's coming. Go on.
Can we have a show of hands? Is it, I guess, well, we're going to have to do it one by one. Is it drink cider from a lemon? Drink cider from a lemon, hands. And drink cider from 11 hands. That's
lemon
equal.
or 11?
Well, I'm not going to tell you.
You're not going to tell us?
Do you know?
That's going to go with me to my...
I got the sample of he was singing that part, but it's just... So you can't really tell.
Exactly.
So even I can't really tell.
You know what? I wish I could find the original demo of that song. It was done on a half-inch 16-track. It sounded really cool. It was really garagey. It sounded more like the kind of... Because I wanted to try and sound like the Pixies. I mean, it has a Pixies influence because we wanted to work with Gil Norton. Who
doesn't want to sound like the Pixies?
Gil Norton did Foo Fighters and all the Pixie stuff. So I wrote something. It was my way in. I was meant to be writing for another band. I thought, it's got a bit of a Pixies vibe. Gil will love this one. That's how it started off. But I shouldn't tell him, but I still prefer the demo. If I can find it, I would put it out. It's just a real vibe to it. And all the player stuff, that's from the demo. That we actually took off the demo. And all the little keyboard sounds.
Now's a good time for it, from what Taylor Swift's doing. I mean, because you can do it. You can put out demos.
And we've got quite a few songs that people have never heard. I know people will be interested in it, but there is some stuff that hasn't been, and sort of stuff half finished or needs a mix or whatever. So we might, put that out sometime.
People want to hear it.
Yeah, I just need to find that thing. Well, I think I've still got the half-inch tape somewhere, so I could probably find something. Yeah,
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Grant and Taka, thanks so much for speaking with me. This is 101 Part-Time Jobs, and we're going to be hearing from you very soon.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Cheers. So there was Grant and Taka from Feeder. That was from last night at Signature Brew. That was from last night at Signature Brew here in London. Had a great time there. Loved the brewery. What a brilliant band. They played an acoustic set shortly after that, and it was something really, really special. Songs from their new record, Black, Red. You can go pick up that album now. Cheers for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you subscribe wherever you're listening to this, Apple or Spotify or any other podcast app, maybe YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to get all the episodes that we're putting out, and you won't miss a beat. If you're in a band or you're an artist and you want to put out your own music, head to distrokid.com/VIP/101pod. You'll get 30% off your first year on the service, where you're making all your own money from all your streaming revenues. Whether other people are listening on Apple or Spotify or TikTok or YouTube, wherever they're listening to it, you're going to be drip fed some cash through that. So take it into your own hands. If you're a musician or artist looking to put out your own record, maybe you've got a family member or a friend looking to do a similar thing, head to distrokid.com/VIP/101pod and get 30% off your first year there.
101 Part-Time Jobs is hosted by Giles Bidder and produced by me, Olivia Swash. Thanks to Claire Condorcet and the team at Signature Brew.
Some people take the straight path in life. But at Arizona State University, we respect your twists and turns. They make our online students more driven to excel in their professional lives. That's why our personalized suite of services empowers you with innovative resources and staff that sticks with you. Make your next turn with one of our 300-plus programs at ASU, ranked in the top 5 for best online bachelor's programs. To learn more, visit asuonline.asu.edu.
Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.